Hello Scorpio, my name is Jason. Thank you for visiting my channel. This is your general tarot reading for the second half of January 2019. It's a general reading, so it could be about love, career, questions at the forefront of your mind. You'll know in the first couple of minutes or not whether this is resonating for you, I would think. If it's not resonating, try and check out your moon and rising sign readings. I'm pretty sure one of them will land pretty close for you. Okay, Scorpio, you go into the second half of January with the Devil card. Okay, now a couple of other signs have had this in the opening position. For you, Scorpio, I think there's someone said something to you perhaps which has just really bugged you, okay, and it's just got to your ego somehow, and you're angry about it, or you're not getting over it somehow. And it's to do with codependency. So perhaps someone's told you a truth about something that you're stuck on, or something that perhaps there's something you're telling yourself you need, or you need a way of thinking that you're telling yourself you need to have, but it's not working for you. Okay, we'll try and clarify that later, but it's like something to do with the ego or fear based on something that someone said to you, and it may have opened up some sores for you, and you're almost obsessing over it. And maybe there's a sense of betrayal about what they've said, or something is done, or something you've heard. We'll talk about it later. Your challenge for the second half of January, Scorpio, you have the Tower card. Okay, so there's something which needs to go, and you need to let it go. Okay, so this could be like a relationship, it could be a job, it could be a person in your life who's started having too much influence, and that you know this, and it's time to just let this go. It could also be a way of thinking, so a way of doing things, or some values that you've had, and you're realizing now that way of thinking is not serving you anymore. So it could be like your sexuality, or your ideas about sex, or something. It's either, if you've been prudish all these years and you're realizing now that you need to loosen up a bit, and the world's changing, or it could be the other way around. Maybe you've been a little bit too easy with that kind of thing, if you know what I'm talking about. And you're starting to realize now that there's more to your sexuality than what there has been, okay? Whichever way that's landing for you, okay? But a way of thinking it needs to come down. You're realizing now that it needs to change, because you're being very frustrated, or you're missing some opportunities because of this way of thinking. And could have something to do with the devil here. So you've got the devil, the Tower. In your hopes and fears, you have the Seven of Cups. Okay, so the Seven of Cups deals with choice. Okay, if this is one of your hopes, it's perhaps you've been communicating with more than one person, perhaps, and there's an illusion there that you can keep something going with two or more people, and this is not necessarily a romantic thing, or a sexual thing. It could be about loyalties. So you might be being asked to decide about where you should put your loyalties, and you could even be okay with putting your loyalties in several different places, but it might wear you down after a while. That's not really clear at the moment. So it could be a hope or a fear that you've got this too much choice, and perhaps you're asking for something to happen to come in and take this choice away from you, which might explain that Tower moment there, the Tower card. We'll clarify a couple of these. The best attitude for you to take. you have the Page of Pentacles. Okay, so there could be an offer coming towards you. It could be a job offer. You might be either offering someone something, but it's feeling like a job offer, and it's feeling like you should take it. Okay, because this is in your best attitude position, and let something grow. So you're not going to be able to start at the top. You might have to suffer a pay cut for a little while, or if this is about someone offering you a chance to go into business, or you give up an old job to move into a new one, but it might be less money or to start with, something like that. But the Page of Pentacles, it's in the best attitude position. So it's asking you to really consider this opportunity, but realize that he's only a page. He'll make lots of mistakes, but he does have a long-term goal. So you're being asked really to look at the long term, whatever this is here. Okay, and it could relate to this Tower card. The outcome. So the outcome really is at the end of January, you have the Nine of Pentacles. Now, the Nine of Pentacles is about independence, about financial abundance. It's about feeling in control of yourself. You don't need anybody else. Okay, so you go into the month with this Devil card, this sense of codependence on something. Okay, and you end up at the end of the month, if these energies play out the way they might, with a sense of independence. So it looks like whatever this is, you're breaking away from this recent source of or codependence or fear or mindset, and it's going to allow you to really stand tall in your own power. Okay, I'll clarify these with the Hanson Roberts deck, and we'll see what comes out here. So there's the Devil energy here. So there's like an addiction or an attachment to something, and it's feeling quite recent, really. And you've got yourself into this position of relying on someone or something, or some addiction that you've sort of developed or might be developing. So perhaps you had a small win on the lottery tickets or something, and you've started doing it more, or you've started drinking a little bit, and then it's starting to do it more, that kind of thing. But it's looking like you'll be getting over this. Let's have a look. Why is the Devil card here? Why is the Devil card here for Scorpio? And I've got two cards here, and I've got Queen of Swords, and I've got Judgment card. Okay, so looking at the Queen of Swords is generally an energy which a straight-talking female. Okay, she's quite powerful. She's a queen, and she doesn't mince words. And perhaps something was said to you. This person said something to you, and it really sort of, sometimes the truth hurts. Okay, so she didn't say this, or whoever it was said this. It wasn't meant to hurt, but it did hurt. Perhaps it exposed something within you, a truth within you that you didn't want to face up to. And so whatever this person said is basically forced you to face up to whatever this mindset is, this addiction, or this whatever it is you've been, this way of thinking, you've been forced to confront that. Now the Judgment card here is about karma. Okay, so perhaps this in another lifetime or something, that something's coming back to you now. But it can be a card of celebration also, but it's a card of rebirth. So when you get the Judgment card, there's quite often a decision that you need to make after a payoff of something. So, and the payoff is not necessarily a good payoff. It could be like something that you've done, a way you've been living, and now's time to come to pay for that. And when the decision's made, you can't go back on that decision with the Judgment card. Okay, so that's what I've got there. So there's a truth that you've been told, you've had to confront it, and that you've got a choice to make with that. Okay, now the Tower card is in the challenge position here, so you can't fight this falling down. The universe has brought this Tower to you because things were going on too long, whether it was years or whether it was just a couple of months or even a couple of weeks, and it wasn't working for you, or it wasn't built on firm foundations, and so you've had to, well, the universe has come in and made this decision for you, or made so many things happen where you've realized you can't do it anymore, okay, and something has to go. If you fight against it, then you'll go back into this same old cycle, Scorpio, so don't fight the Tower card. Let's find out what's this about. Please clarify the Tower. Please clarify the Tower for Scorpio for January 2019. You've got the Hermit. Okay, so you're being asked to really go inside. So it's something about the way you've been thinking, a mindset that you've had, and you're being asked here is to really go in deep and look at the way you're looking at something. Okay, so something's a way of thinking has been knocked down, and you've really got to decide, well, what do I think? Where am I in this world? Okay, I'm not being called to clarify that anymore, but you'll know what that is. You will know what needs to go here, or what has gone, or is just about to go, and you're feeling it, that you'll be feeling the pressure building. Something's been itching away at you, and then events will happen, and it's going to really make you go inside yourself, okay? And the challenge is to really not back out of that. Don't try and fight that soul searching. So if there are some religious factors in the way you've been thinking, or the way the interpretation you've been making of the world around you, or perhaps you're even questioning your church or the rules of your church, if you like, and maybe you're trying to loosen up and get away from that, or there's been some compromise that you're realizing that the two things you're trying to bring together, they're not compatible with your spiritual or religious beliefs, not necessarily spiritual, religious, and you're really having trouble. So that's what I'm feeling. That's what this is for some of you, Scorpio. It's about really looking deeply at yourself, and it's like there's a barrier there stopping you from really going deep inside yourself. Okay, so something that you've been conditioned to think or to feel or to know, it needs reevaluating. Okay, now the hopes and fears, there's all this choice. Okay, you've got like many things to choose from here. So there's some kind of crossroads, or some kind of illusion that you have, some kind of confusion that you have. Okay, so the Seven of Cups deals with confusion, and you don't want to face this choice by the looks of it, Scorpio. Let's have a look. It's too hard, and you're needing help. It looks like you're needing help, which is perhaps why the universe has come in with this Tower moment, or will be bringing this Tower in. So look, why is the Seven of Cups here for Scorpio? You have the Ace of Rods, the Ace of Wands. So there's something new. Okay, now you're worried about something new coming in on feelings. So you're in two minds about it. You want something new, but you're scared of it. You're worried for some reason about this new beginning. I wish I could be more clear about what this is. It's the first example I had was about this, the sexuality side of things. So a way of thinking about your sexuality, maybe that's a big thing. looking at how external factors are affecting the way you are, and you're having troubles accepting that. And so there's a new start for you. There's a new way for you, and you don't know if you want that. So a real conflict between the old way and the new way for you, okay? And you're not feeling good about facing this decision that you really need to make with this judgment here, because you know that once you make this decision, you can't go back. But the Judgment card is also about rebirth. It's about starting something new, a chance to start again. The Ace of Wands is all about new beginnings, passionate new beginnings, something you're passionate about. And with the Page of Pentacles here in the best attitude position, it's basically an advice position, is saying take this opportunity for something new and let it grow. If you don't, you get stuck back in the same old cycle here, or the same old energy, which has really got you messed up in your head. Okay, so this is probably only for a couple of you, Scorpio. At the end of it, though, you will have a sense of independence. So it looks like you might be leaving a way of. Looks like you're leaving a way of. You might be leaving like a religion or something, and it's going to make you feel independent. If you do it, if you let this Tower moment happen, take this new opportunity. And I would never want to tell someone to just leave their religion like that. I know it's a hard choice to make. This is what the cards are saying to me and through me here. The Page of Pentacles. So why is the Page of Pentacles here? I'm not drawn to clarify the Page of Pentacles for the best attitude. It's just about take this new opportunity for love or for new business opportunity. It's a new way of growing, of developing something. Okay, and you're going from there to the Nine of Pentacles, which is a card of independence. Okay, so what's this independence about? Let's have a look. Why is the Nine of Pentacles here? Please clarify the Nine of Pentacles for Scorpio. Okay, Temperance. Okay, so the Temperance is a card of compromise. Okay, it's a card of balance. So it's looking like when you make the decisions that you need to make, you'll have independence and you'll have a sense of balance. Okay, and that's the outcome at the end of January. If you let the universe help you grow. Okay, and this looks like a really good position a good way to end the month, and then there'll be some closure there. This has probably been eating at you for a little while, and it's looking like there's some closure coming to you and some balance coming to you. So the Temperance card here to me talks about balance finally working itself out, and I'm thinking the next reading you get will be really optimistic, and there'll be a lot of sense of freedom with it. So Scorpio, that's what I've got for you. I hope it resonates, and whatever the difficulties are, I hope you get through them and do what you feel you need to do. And please like and subscribe. Leave any comments or how this is resonating for you, and hopefully I'll talk to you in a couple of weeks.